I'm ESC Bart. Today we are having a look at the EBU, more specifically the rules for membership and what would that mean for Kosovo. So let's dive in. So Kosovo, can they be in Eurovision 2027? That's the big question, of course. For a very long time, Kosovo has been trying to become a member of the EBU. And under the current situation, that's quite difficult, and I will explain to you why. So, Kosovo's national broadcaster RTK has officially renewed its formal request to join the competition. They are actively targeting two specific events. The first one, the Junior Eurovision Song Contest, and the second one is of course the Eurovision Song Contest 2027 in Bulgaria. But under the current situation, there are a few obstacles to become that member. So the main issue preventing Kosovo from competing are, of course, the EBU membership criteria. What does that mean? Well, the RTK is not a full member of the EBU. And to be a full EBU member, a country's broadcaster must belong to the International Telecommunication Union, in short, the ITU, which generally requires United Nations membership. And since Kosovo is not a UN member, it hits a legal roadblock under the current EBU regulations. And that's where the problem lies. But that's the good thing. Today, there are reports that the EBU within is thinking about adapting those criteria. So the big question is, could these rules be changed for new memberships? And this is where things get exciting. The EBU General Assembly is expected to discuss major structural reforms and, of course, to accommodate evolving European broadcasting landscapes as Kosovo, and they are exploring different new regulations. The first one, for example, they could implement a limited membership. Another possibility is a auxiliary membership. And a third possibility is that we would have alternative statuses or regulations. So if these changes would be approved, these alternative tiers could create a definitive loophole or pathway to Kosovo, bypassing, of course, the strict UN ITU requirements that would be needed for the moment. So if this would become true, that the EBU is adapting its rules, then the door for Kosovo will be open, and is there a good possibility to get that membership. But Kosovo, in the meantime, is already preparing. So they have actively started building an infrastructure for a Eurovision selection process. And they looked at Albania as a sort of imitation for those national selections. So yes, Kosovo is very keen to become a participant, and the preparations in Kosovo are already in place. And we cannot forget that Kosovo has effectively deep Eurovision roots. Even without an official flag on the scoreboard, Kosovo has a massive Eurovision legacy. It's a loyal broadcaster, so RTK has broadcast the Eurovision Song Contest live for many, many years. And previous EBU events, well, Kosovo successfully participated in Eurovision Young Dancers in 2011. To give you an example. And my predictions about these changes within the EBU are quite achievable because, as you all know, the EBU and Eurovision Song Contest in general are under quite some strain due to the fact that there's a lot of controversy surrounding the participation of Israel. So this year in 26, we had 5 countries, quite big ones, who did not compete as a boycott to that fact. So you can imagine that the EBU will be looking at other possibilities to attract new countries or former countries to come back to Eurovision. So Kosovo's hopes are not in vain, but to be realistic, if they would be in Eurovision 27, that's to be seen. I have more confidence that they would be in Eurovision 28, but of course we will have to wait and see what the EBU decides and what can be achieved for 27. One fact is for sure, and I said it in a previous video, the EBU will definitely try to get more and more countries to come to the Eurovision Song Contest in 27, and it is in Eastern Europe, so the chances for Kosovo are definitely there, but as I already said, we will have to wait and see what happens. So there you have it. Kosovo, will they participate in the future, yes or no? One thing is for sure, the EBU is rethinking their criteria. They will definitely go into debate to change those rules, and if so, then Kosovo will have a good chance of coming back to the Eurovision Song Contest. So, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe, like and share the videos. I know it sounds old, but of course you will help grow this channel. It's the only way to achieve more and more subscribers who are as passionate for Eurovision as we are. So, stay happy, but above all, stay united. See you in the next one. Thank you for watching.